Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Como Career Mode. We've got so many games to get through, and some of the games today are absolutely wild. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the madness. The first game is in the Cup, and we're up against Fiorentina, kind of a mid-table team in the league, so I'm expecting a pretty even and tough game. Belotti there with a shot. Corner comes in, and it's a comfortable-ish save for De Gea, however you want to say his name. Do you guys miss him in the Premier League? I don't, because he was ridiculously good for so long, and he's having a great game against us already here today. But we managed to finally put one past him 25 minutes in after a really good start. But I'm going to say this now, De Gea, if you fancy a new start next season in sunny Como, not that Fiorentina isn't a sunny place, but you know, we could find a spot for De Gea, couldn't we? Potentially, but he is absolutely brilliant. Still so good, but he wasn't good enough in that first half to keep the clean sheet. But now we're into the second half, and this would have been some goal. I've watched this back like 2 or 3 times. Look at this, the touch to flick it, and if MCATEE blasts that into the top right corner, I probably would have needed to change my trousers. Great goalkeeping from our goalkeeper as well, Ordero. He's been so good this season. Here's MCATEE in the final few moments, but it stays 1-0. And we go through. I would absolutely love to win this cup. We'll see how we get on. We've got a message here from Navas. Well, it's not a message from him, but apparently he's considering retirement. We've only had him since the start of the season. And to be fair, out of all of the kind of older players, I would say him and Cazorla have been my favourites. Navas has been brilliant. He really has. But we're up against Roma, and it could not have been a better start. Catrone slots it home, 1-0 up, and now into the 15th minute, Roma have a corner. They play it short, and they find themselves going through my box like I'm not even there. All of my defenders just stood there watching. And of course, you know who. Dovbyk, honestly, ridiculous striker. I love how he came out of nowhere. Last season at Girona, I used him in my Girona career mode. Absolute monster of a player. And now he's in this Roma side, absolutely destroying me constantly. So it's 1-1, and there is half time. And as you know, I've been using a new tactic, and I just fancied switching up in this second half, going with wingers. So we've got Strafeza on the left, MCATEE on the right. Paz is a little bit deeper in that central midfield role. He can play it, but it's not to his absolute best strength, you know. But I don't know if I like it. I think having 2 central midfielders is kind of risky. You know, they don't provide too much cover. If one of them gets past, or if they get past one of my centre mids, I'm really in danger. You know, it's a little bit risky. But having wingers is so nice. And here is an example of, you know, MCATEE on that right wing really helping me out. I have no idea why Strafeza didn't hit that first time. I'm still angry about that, and it happened yesterday when I played these games. But a 1-1 draw against Roma, really not a bad result. And the 3 up top, 2 in the middle, it was okay. Nothing too crazy. But we're looking at some players already for next season. I've added them to the shortlist. We've got Santos, we've got Vanderson as my right back options, Parisi and Bard as my left back options. And I've also got a couple of midfielders. We've got Richardson and Bernabé. These are the scout reports we've got so far. Still waiting for a full scout report, but they honestly all look like very good choices. Bernabé is finished, and it's a 77 rating for him. I think he could be a great player. It really depends on how much money I have next season. We will find out soon enough when we finish this season. Up next, we've got bottom of the league come into our ground, and they've actually managed to get a point. And they had 3 shots, 3 chances. I was really surprised. I thought we were going to win that comfortably, but we dropped 2 points there at home right before we go into the big one against AC Milan. Of course, again, I should mention we do have an AC Milan, Inter Milan, is it Roma as well? All the clubs that aren't in the game in Serie A are licensed. I've got them licensed. Thank you to a mod made by Daniels. So make sure you join the Discord if you want to use it yourself. But Milan, never, ever, ever an easy game. And I was 1-0 down very early on. And Jovic, my God, he was proving to be an absolute nightmare. Here he is, cutting through again, 2-0, 26 minutes in. You can probably tell by the tone of my voice, this doesn't go well. I've been doing so well since I changed tactics, but it's just mistake after mistake. This is on me, 100%. a little bit of bad luck too. I mean, look at some of these saves and clearances that don't work and whatever. I mean, this is another one where I think on another day I clear this and it's not a problem, and it just falls perfectly for Pulisic. And I've never seen this celebration in the game. This is so cool, the way he pulls up his tattoo. Yeah, that might have to be the thumbnail. I'm not sure. Either way, 3-0 down. It's not even half-time. And again, just some rotten luck, some bad defending. Just on another day, none of these are really going in, or at least just maybe 2 of them do. But we're 4-0 down before half-time. I was so close to rage quitting here. I was fuming, guys, because I've been playing so well. And it just felt like I was throwing away all that good work here. But instead, I pulled my socks up. We got in the second half and actually managed to pull one back. I thought, okay, we can make this somewhat respectable. Maybe a 4-2, a 4-3, something like that. And then just moments later, their very next attack, Morata's in, and I lost it here. I lost it. I got so mad. It just felt like a never-ending battle that I was always going to lose here. Milan just absolutely on it, and I just could not defend. So we're going to jump to result here. We managed to get one more goal there with Alberto Moreno, and it's a 5-2 loss to Milan. It is what it is. It's going to happen against these top sides. We'll move on now. We've got Empoli, who are in 19th. A huge chance here to get another 3 points. And I had a message from Alonso. Apparently, he could be leaving and returning because I'm not playing him enough whilst he's on loan. So we're going to throw him in a couple of games here. And I don't know if he really took part in this one in terms of getting a goal or an assist. Moreno with a double, so unbelievable from him. And we get the win. And hopefully Alonso won't be going anywhere, because although I don't particularly like playing him as a centre-back, when I'm simming games, he can easily play there. And when I use him, I put him in midfield. But this might be one of the most hilarious goals we've scored in this season so far. What just happened? We'll take it. And this is the cup, by the way. And we're playing Roma. Of course we are. So we've got 2 legs against Roma. We're 1-0 up. Almost an equaliser there from, guess his name? Yeah, Dovbyk. They've got Hummels in defence as well. And that header just goes onto the roof of the net. Still 1-0 up. Almost at half-time here. If I get a second goal, that would be massive over the 2 legs. Here is Sergio Roberto. It's a lovely cross, back post. Oh my God, it's an own goal, but it's not going to count. He is offside by quite some distance. It was a lovely cross though, wasn't it? But we get another chance here to make it 2-0 at home, and it's another... Catrone's been so clinical for me this season. I don't know how he's missed that. And then, of course, Dovbyk, first-time shot, 1-1. I hate this guy. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. He's just so good. He's a nuisance. He's everywhere. He's strong. He's pacey. And his shot, his left foot, it's just a rocket. Look at this. Oh, it's just unbelievable. What a player. And Roma have turned it around in this first leg. Don't worry, though. There is another game. We can potentially do something away from home. There's still time in this game, though. We've got it forward. McAtee, he plays it first time into Catrone, who takes it on the left side, but the shot just doesn't have enough power on it. And that, unfortunately, is going to be the end of the game. So Roma do have the advantage going into the second leg, but it's okay. We'll come back, and hopefully we'll have a better game. But now it's Monza. This is a big game. This is technically a derby, so Monza must die. Here is Belotti. He's got all the space in the world. Look at this. They were sitting so deep. And Catrone, why couldn't you do that in the last game? There were a few crosses I made into the box, but he scores 3 minutes in this time. And we take the 1-0 lead. And now here is Perrone. Passing it back to Roberto. Lovely ball into the box as well. McAtee with a shot. It deflects and bounces perfectly in front of him to volley it home, or half volley it home. And McAtee makes it 2-0. We're not even 10 minutes in. We are absolutely destroying them. I had a point to prove here. After that disgusting loss against AC Milan, I was still angry at this point. 23 minutes in, Catrone to Alberto Moreno. The cross comes in. Belotti can't win it. It's going to come out to Roberto, who gives it to Catrone. It goes back into McAtee. And on the outside of the boot, the Trivella into the bottom right corner. He gets his second goal of the game, and it is an absolute beauty. The technique on that, I just love McAtee. I really do. I really like him. And he's about to torment Monza just that little bit more. Ball over the top. Great first touch, opens his body up, similar to the chance we had at the end of the last game, but MCATEE puts it away, and it's 4-0 against Monza, and MCATEE has a hat-trick. I was not expecting that going into this game. 4-0 up, so comfortable. It's just 37 minutes in. We're going to jump to the end of the result here, and we managed to get a 5-1 win. Unfortunately, no clean sheet, but 10 shots, 7 chances. I had to get MCATEE permanently, guys. We've got 9.3 million euros. We have enough money to do the deal, but we all know the problem with these players coming over from Premier League clubs, especially clubs like Man City, their wages are ridiculous. So we offered 5 million. Pep wants 5.6. They need to put some, like a cut on his nose and some red lines on his forehead. Did you guys see that after City failed to win again? Oh, it's just crazy times we're living in right now. But I've offered 5.3 and Pep gladly accepts. MCATEE for 5.3 million. Yes, please. But now the tricky part. We need to make sure that we're not overpaying, but also not offering too little that he just storms out. So him and his agent are here. He's currently on 68,000. That's double what anyone else is on at my club right now. And he's not even the highest rated. He's not even close. So we've got him on rotation. It's a 5-year deal. And I really wasn't sure what to do here. I felt like in my head, the most I wanted to offer was 30. So I thought, let's do 20. But then I thought, there's just no way. There's no way they'll accept 20. So we're going to go in with my highest offer. This is basically what I feel comfortable offering. And they've just said no. And apparently it's a bit of an insult. I'm sorry. Let's have a look at my current wages, shall we? He is my highest paid player. Of course, I'm only playing half. Moreno's on 39. Gila's on 35, paying half of that. Roberto's on 35. Belotti's on 34. There is no way I'm paying him more than them. So, I don't know. We can always try again next season, but MCATEE permanently is not going to happen. And then he's got the cheek to ask to play. I mean, I should send you back to Man City for that. Ridiculous amount of money. 30 grand a week to play for Como. You should be taking that. But anyway, next game was Torino. Unfortunately, we couldn't win that one either. So we've dropped 2 more points there. Another game coming up. Thick and fast right now. Sticking with the same lineup. Although Palacio out, Alonso in. Just to make sure he is happy and won't leave before the end of the season. Of course, he's only on loan. He won't be here next season. We get a 2-1 win, and I think we got a little bit fortunate here because they scored in the first half after they'd already missed a chance. It could have been 2-0 to them, so we'll take that for sure, but it's not good news. We do pick up an injury, and it is Gila out for 3 weeks, almost until the end of the season. But now it's time for the second leg against Roma. Big, big game. We're 2-1 down on aggregate. There is all to play for. And we almost score there early on with Paz. But guess who, guys? Dovbik's through and he scores. I don't know what to say, guys. He is just too good. And without Gila, I had to play Marcos Alonso, Palacio on the right side, Kempf on the left side. It was always going to be very, very tricky, but we can always score goals. And here is Nico Paz. He does equalise on the day. It's 3-2 on aggregate, 24 minutes in. There's plenty of time, but the thing is, there's also plenty of time for Dovbik to do more damage. That was always in the back of my mind. But here is Navas. I really hope he doesn't retire. A lovely ball into the box, and it's a mix-up between Ndika and the goalkeeper. Catrone is there. He mops up, and that he's lucky. He's toe-poked it home, and that really is very fortunate. So now it's 3-3 on aggregate. I just need to keep this guy quiet, and that's exactly what I failed to do. Dovbik scores again. Someone please injure this guy. Ridiculous. Look at the power on that. I mean, what can you do? My best player, Ordero, no chance. Oh, and guess what? Here he is again, in behind Marcos Alonso. And it's yet another Dovbik show. Welcome to the Dovbik show. Unbelievable player, man. I don't think I've come up against a better player this season, other than maybe Kvaratskhelia. He was very impressive. And here is Lefebvre, and that is another goal. 6-3 on aggregate. There is no way we're going to make it into the final. This is the semi-finals. This was a chance to get into the final. And I haven't been able to take it. MCATEE, so good at dribbling, though. I will probably have to try again. Roberto should be doing better there. It's a good save from Moreno. It is what it is. I tried substitutions. I had Cazorla come on, but I couldn't do anything, guys. Roma, again, just too good on the day, 4-2, and we are out of the cup right before the final. It is what it is. Without Gila, it was always going to be tricky. And it's going to be Inter versus Roma in the final. Inter still yet to play, but they're 3-0 up, so I'm fairly confident they will get another win there. So probably wouldn't have won the final anyway. But here is the league table at the end of this episode. We've got one episode left tomorrow, guys, to finish off season 1. 33 games played. We're in 11th with 42 points. We can absolutely push for 10th. That is where I want to be at the end of the season. 10th place. Roma at the top with Napoli, Inter and Milan just 1 point behind. But of course, some teams have played more games. We'll see how that unravels towards the end of the season. And you'll see I scroll down and you can take a look at the bottom. But I want to say a massive thank you for watching. I don't normally do entirely highlight videos, but I wanted to push through towards the end of the season. Hopefully you guys are excited to see the end of season 1 and the beginning of season 2. And I'll see you in the next episode.